Guess who's back? Make sure this mic nice and close to me so I can talk about this one. Welcome, one and all, to the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You have Wayne and Tim tonight. Who knows? Every once in a while, me and Tim start off, and then we just have some people pop up in here. So let's see what happens tonight. But the Sixers battling against the Kings. The Kings came in and played tight, but like I'll never forget, the Sixers were saying back in the day, Clyde Drexler came in. Matter of fact, it was Clyde Drexler that said it. I never forget it. He said the first half for show, the second half for dough. And it seems as though this is what Embiid does now. Yeah. And Embiid paces himself in the first half, and in the second half, he just goes full tilt and does his thing. And we also got to give props to Tobias, had another solid outing. We had some nice hits, some for the stretch. Seth had some nice shots. Maxey had some big shots. It was a good team win, man. And the defense clamped down in the second half. So, you know, it looked like Haliburton and what you say, Tom, Haliburton and Barnes looked like they was auditioning. They heard their names for us. Yeah, but it was a good win, man. It was a good win. This is what you do. I know sometimes we want to blow out the teams whose records ain't all that great and this, that, and other, but this is what good teams do. Is even if you're having an off night or just not as into it night, you handle business and come away with the win.
Yep. I enjoyed the game. The first half, well, I'm not gonna say I enjoyed. The first half was a little I don't want to say frustrating, but they was playing. I got to give Sacramento all the props in the world. They played well. The boy Tyrese Haliburton, he came in, and I do believe he was auditioning for the Sixers. And when he hit that big shot, I was like, all right, let's make the trade. I was like, all right, I'm ready for the trade. But I like him. Harrison Barnes, to me, looks like he was trying, because they trying to say the proposed trade was get Tobias and Joel, not Joel, but Tobias and Ben for Harrison Barnes and for Tyrese Haliburton and a couple other throw-ins. So I still rather have James Harden, but they have some talent. They have talent, and they could.
But yet, still they lose a lot of games. Now, I will say this: I liked Haliburton, and like I said, I would like to have Haliburton here. That being said, let's pump brakes a little bit, because I actually kind of agree with Ampu Mines. I don't like Haliburton's release. That joint looked crazy slow. I mean, he was hitting the night. Yeah, but even with that, like, and I'm not going to rip on Haliburton because I like Haliburton, but let's calm down with that. You know, he had 38 tonight, but the game before, he had in 37 minutes against Atlanta, he had 11. Against Boston, he had 7. He had 24 against Milwaukee, but he's averaging 13.8 a game this season. So I mean,
like, he's your point guard, though.
Yeah, but before we start going, no, I agree with that. But I'm saying, you know, some people are going to see all the points that he put up tonight and like, see, Haliburton, he can come in here and give us 30 at any point in time. That's not. You'll be having yourself upset if that's what you thinking you're getting when you make that trade for him. Not right now, anyway.
He's a point guard. He's averaging 7 assists a game and almost 4 rebounds a game. So, and he's averaging about 13.8, almost 14 points a game. And he's still young in his career. So he's not a big time scorer, but he can hit shots. That's kind of how you want your point guard to be. You don't want your point guard to be a scoring guard first. You want him to try to set the team up. But knowing that my point guard can get me 30 on any given night, I like that.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey scored 40 points in the game. So I mean, we say Haliburton better than Maxey.
Haliburton is a true point guard. And as far as a point guard goes, he is better than Maxey.
I mean, listen, I get it. See, I guess this is what I'm saying. My thing is I'm not, if you have chips to trade in Tobias and Ben, I'm not trading those chips for players that's like a lateral movement. Like to me, Maxey and Haliburton are on maybe even on the same level. It's a unilateral movement.
Oh, Maxey is not included in the trade, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you already have that here. That's kind of how I felt about Buddy Hield. I'm like, to me, Seth Curry and Buddy Hield is like the same type dude. That's why I'm saying, like, remember everybody hyping Buddy Hield. What Buddy Hield do tonight? Yeah, all I'm saying is, and I'm not saying Buddy Hield's trash. All I'm saying is, if we're talking about just making these trades for other dudes, other names, because when we play them, we see them ball out. Like look
But
at their whole picture and what they doing, man.
Tyrese
You live
Haliburton is
for the
6'5", though. He's actually a bigger guard who'll probably be a better defender when we're deeper into the playoffs, especially when he got to go onto the likes of what's the boy from Milwaukee, what's the boy we used to have, their guard, their point guard. That to me, that's more of a solid matchup because they both have that height. Whereas if you're going with Tyrese, that may not be a strong matchup for him.
I wouldn't be mad at getting Haliburton, but I'm saying, so you're telling me you want to trade Ben Simmons for Haliburton?
Well, I'm saying I'm gonna leave that trade open because Ben's not playing. So you got a player that's not. So really, are you playing? You're trading Tobias for Barnes and whatchamacallit for Barnes.
So you're willing to make that trade, and instead of holding on to that chip that's Ben that you could possibly bring in the Harden in the offseason. That's what I'm. If I'm going to make that deal, I want to make that deal for something that's going to be like that's a no brainer. This dude is a bona fide baller right now.
I get that, and I get that. And if they decide to do that, I'm not mad at them. But if they do decide to do that the Sacramento Kings trade, I wouldn't be too mad at them either. But at the same time, because like James, these are young guys. With Tyrese Haliburton is very young, so he's only going to continue to get better. So right now, it's as well as Maxey. So you got a Maxey that could be your backcourt, your future backcourt for the next 5
But
10
see,
years.
you're talking about future. We're talking about bringing in players that's going to help Embiid right now.
And I'm talking about that present and future. What I'm saying is, you're not just like Harden. As much as we love Harden, Harden is 30. He'll be 33, or he is 33. So you're looking at 33-year-old where his window is not as big as Haliburton in right now.
You 33 and averaging almost a triple double, including 23 points a game.
I can't be mad.
Listen, bro.
I wouldn't be mad.
Listen, I get what you're saying, but my thing is, all right, if you already have Maxey on board, and there is a potential for growth with Maxey, he's inconsistent now. He's a young boy. He's still young. Like, you have a lot of guys in the NBA that don't hit their stride till they hit like 24, 20. Look at Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram. A lot of these guys really didn't hit their stride till they hit like their mid-20s. So I'm not knocking Tyrese Maxey and saying he can't get better. I'm not knocking Haliburton and saying they can't get better. But I'm saying, if you're talking about Joel Embiid in the prime of his career as the most dominant player in the league right now. That's what I'm gonna say, because that's how I feel about him on both sides of the ball. I think that he's as a complete player. Hold on, I can't disrespect Giannis, because Giannis is that guy, but I think Giannis and Embiid are like two of the most dominating players in the league right now. So that being said, if I'm going to trade, and I know some people don't think Ben Simmons is going to get you anything, but people still have interest in Ben, and it is a chip to you. So that can be the chip to bring you a prominent star type player. I mean, and listen, hey, who knows? Haliburton, you go get him in free agency in a couple of years when you're a free agent.
So you projecting this is down the line. We saying this year that deal is on the table. Either way, I'll be okay. Either way, I'll be fine. If they decide,
but it's like Ben is your shot. So if you shoot that shot now, you don't have that. So is it worth it for a lateral movement? If you're talking about Haliburton,
I don't see it as a lateral move though. That's the thing.
You don't think Haliburton and Maxey are like on the same level? I've seen Maxey in the playoffs ball.
Because Maxey can actually go to his true role as a shooting guard and allow Haliburton to play as the point guard for the team. So I don't see that as a lateral move. I see that as getting people in their familiar roles.
Hey Ellis, I agree. I do think I like Haliburton. I've been on record. I've been like Haliburton. That being said, I'm not going to get caught up with him dropping 30 tonight, because you know it's going to some people. See, we blew it. We should have made that trade. We should trade Ben for Haliburton straight up right now tonight.
Yeah, that's
you're gonna get some of that.
Yeah,
and look at the whole picture of what he's done all season, and even in recent games, what his averages have been. He balled out tonight though. That's to take nothing from him. I think he was advertising. He was like, "Come get me, save me, bring me there."
No, I agree. Either way, I'm okay. But can we win it with this team as constructed? Do you think we can go far in the playoffs then? Can we get past? Like I said, I'd be happy we got past the second round. To be honest with you, if we got past, that's growth.
In all honesty, I'm gonna say that I still do think, because and the funny part is the point that Ethan made the other day, talking about how Giannis with a bunch of, basically Giannis was your superstar and you had like some star and other role players. If Tobias is playing the way that he's playing right now, and we've seen Maxey and we've seen Seth step up in the playoffs and offensively and play, we've seen these guys play. I mean, the way the East is right now, I do think they got a shot. I'm not saying that I think that they're the hands what they say, hands on, hands off, whatever it is, outright best team in the East, but I do think that they can beat and compete with anybody in the East right now.
Yeah. See, my thing is like this Sacramento game, I'm just blown away because I knew we did what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to win the game. Now, the next few games is going to determine how far we can really go into the playoffs. Because right now, on Monday, we played the Memphis Grizzlies. And last time we played them, they beat us by 35 points. I think we scored 91 and they scored like 126, something like that. For that game, Embiid didn't play and Seth didn't play. So I would like to see how we're going to look. Seth got that game under his belt. He hasn't played in over a week, so I knew he wasn't going to be as sharp as we expect him to be. I want to see what we do on Monday night when Embiid, because Embiid has been balling, so I don't even have a problem with him. I want to see what how Tobias is going to hold up against a really good team. Well, let me see what Tobias do. I'm a little because Maxey, I want to see a little bit more. I don't know if he hit a wall. Remember last year, you got to hit a rookie wall, but because he's playing a whole lot more minutes, he might be tired too. We keep saying everybody tired, but he may be.
I don't know if he hit a wall. Honestly, it kind of looked like because Bede is balling out the way that he is, he's deferring. Like Bede is doing his thing, so Maxey's getting everybody else in. I want to address after you finish this point, I want to make sure remind me. I want to get back to Ellis' point. He was talking about the refs.
Okay,
that's right in Tim's wheelhouse. You want to address the refs too?
But Tyrese had opportunities in the first half, because Embiid really wasn't trying to be as dominant. Like Embiid had a great dominant third quarter. I think he had like 19 points in the third quarter. He dominated the third quarter. There were opportunities for Tyrese Maxey to do more in the first half, and I think he had us like 6. We want to need more production from him.
But in the second half, he attacked more, and he did. And listen, I agree. I agree with Herb. And also who else? Somebody said when we was talking about Ellis, you was talking about the refs, but hold on a second. Everybody that's talking about people talking about something. We never seen Maxey do what Haliburton did. Maxey did ball out. Haliburton, guess what? Haliburton had the ball out tonight because he was their option. So he was the dude that was doing that. The same thing was with Tyrese when he was going against, I think it was Denver. Yeah, it was Denver. When everybody was out, COVID and everything else, and he had the ball and he dropped 40 on Denver. Remember that? So that's what I'm saying. Not get caught up into, see, Tyrese never did that. Tyrese Maxey never did that. Tyrese Haliburton did that. Maxey's done it before too. You know what I'm saying? Maxey's also had like a 28-point game. I think he had 30-point game, something. So he's put up some big numbers. So let's not get it twisted. And he's averaging more this season than Haliburton is. So like I said, to me, that's kind of a unilateral movement. But to talk about these refs, first of all, they tried to hose the oh my God, that 5-second violation.
That 5-second violation was horse crap. Ain't nowhere in the world. And then he called.
Wait, and then honestly, they was kind of letting. Now the Sixers had way too many turnovers in the first half. I said this in our chat. I said, listen, if the Sixers get these turnovers down, I said Embiid is going to ball out in the second half.
Yeah.
And as long as we get these turnovers under control, we good, because they was getting a lot of breakouts, like catching us in, you know what I'm saying? The Sixers don't got that foot speed to get in an up and down game with these other teams. So it's like they got to be deliberate with it on offense.
Yeah,
and then get back on defense. They can't have all those turnovers.
And that's why I was saying, if you make that Tyrese Haliburton trade, we get younger instantly. We'll get a nice young backcourt. But no, go ahead.
Okay, but you saying to make that trade, who you giving up? So you willing to give up Tobias Harris for Haliburton?
Well, it'd be Barnes, Tobias Harris. We
And
would get
Barnes
Barnes,
showed out in the first half. What Barnes do in the second half? He shot
but
bricks in the second half.
but he got us. Well, he was like 3 for 3 from 3-point land in the first half. He was balling.
Bro, listen, I'm of the belief I like Barnes, and I said when we was talking about trade Ben for Haliburton and Barnes and Hill, I honestly would consider that trade. But when you're putting Barnes and Tobias, the way that Tobias is playing now, and I'm guessing Tobias' shoulder isn't bothering him anymore because you don't see that tape that he had on his shoulder. I don't see that tape on here no more. And ever since then, he's been balling more physical. So, I mean, now that being said, I still got questions about him in the playoffs because of past history. But I mean, if you're talking about Tobias playing the way that he's playing right now, am I going to trade Tobias for? Do you think trading Tobias for Barnes would be? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what all I'm saying is that I want to make. If I'm making a trade at this point in the season, I'm not making a unilateral movement. I'm making a trade that's going to make us better. That's going to add to the team chemistry we already have.
So, do you think Tobias it would be even? Like, you don't think it'd be an upgrade if you trade Barnes for Tobias?
No, I don't.
You see him?
I'd like to have them together. I like to have Barnes as my small forward and Tobias as the 4.
Yeah. The only thing is, you can't. That's too much money for. If I'm gonna put that kind of money on the books, it's gonna be for a star player. It's not gonna be for Barnes. And I still remember what Barnes did in Golden State that championship year when they got rid of him because he just bricked it. So,
and that's why I said I would rather, if I could get both, fine. But if not, I'm going to take Tobias over Barnes right now.
Yeah, I think the trade would be Haliburton, though. He would be the key component coming back.
Yeah, but see that was the other thing. Like Juan Q said, he even think like we was talking about trading. It was a whole bunch of other stuff that was going to be traded in that trade. I think they was talking about Thibault, I believe.
That's the only thing I didn't like Thibault being included. Especially with
that's all I'm saying. Like all I say, listen, y'all know me. This is all I say to us as a Sixers fan base. And I'm not trying to say that anybody I'm not one of them guys that be like, you ain't no real fan, you don't know ball. I'm not one of them dudes. All I'm saying is let's take the emotions out of it sometimes. Like sometimes let's look at it logically. Like that's like with everybody that been done upset you and made you mad. He made me mad too. That being said, I'm not just giving him away for nothing.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Tobias Harris. Tobias has had his ups and downs, but let's not misconstrue. Tobias has given us 19 and 10 on the average at points when healthy. So, and I do realize about the playoffs too. Even with Seth, when we talk about Seth, I seen in the playoffs, Seth Curry balled out offensively. Defense was a little shaky. Yeah, it was. It was a bad matchup.
20, giving up 30.
No, he scored like 30. He scored like 30 something in that game. Stop. And Lou Will only had like 15, but everybody see this. Sometimes we feed into the perception. Lou Will had like 15 that game, but it was like 13 in the fourth, and everybody Lou Will killed.
He did.
Yeah, in that quarter. But all I'm saying is let's take a breath and look at the big picture when it comes to stuff, though.
Are you concerned? The communication with the Sixers to me needs to get a little bit better. This is the third time in a row where one of our players had the ball and then somebody come up from behind and poke it away and get that turnover. We're not calling out them players. You know, you got to let somebody know that somebody's coming like, yo, number 13 or whoever it is behind you. Like either pick up your dribble, pass the ball. This keeps happening and it's causing turnovers. So, I mean, this is just a little observation. We got to get back.
Well, we get a lot of people with that play too, though.
I know, but I'm seeing him.
I know
too much.
I know. And listen, I agree. Furkan, I don't know what's up with Furk, bro. Like at least hit an open shot. Like I don't even care if you can't create your own shots. I don't care if you can't do none of this. Be a spot up shooter. Be a dude that can, with a little bit of that you handle the rock. You gotta be able to hit the wide open threes if you're Furkan Korkmaz.
Man,
and him and Niang, you have to hit your open shots because you're going to get those open looks when you got Tobias playing the way he's playing now, and Embiid playing the way he's playing now, Maxey when he plays how he plays, when Seth is hitting, those other guys are going to get those open looks, and they have to hit them.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button while y'all out here. Well,
And then and trust, I like Haliburton, and I do think Haliburton has a big. I think I would rather have Haliburton over De'Aaron Fox because
I
I
would too.
think
But
Haliburton
that
might
height,
shoot a little better.
yo, I gotta give props to the boy Andre Drummond. Did you see that chase down block he had on Haliburton on the game?
Yeah,
That joint was nice. That it was nice because I think he turned the ball over. He did something for us to get a position, and he chased him down. It was an easy layup. It would have been nothing but an easy layup, but he chased him down. It was real nice. I was like, I gotta give it to him. He does what he do.
he made another good play like that though. It was one play. He went up and he was guarding like they would like the six for that stretch in the fourth, like when Embiid wasn't in there and Toby wasn't there. When the Sixers made that run, that defense was all over the place, and Drummond like jumped out top. They passed it down low. He got back down low and still disrupted the Hark. I forget the guy's name. He went to go do the dunk. He actually played physical with that boy a couple times, and they was the Bulls. But the Sixers did what they do. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. You the better team. You at home. You know what I'm saying? You get physical with them boys, especially when you got that size in there. So
I agree.
And Embiid is amazing, bro. Just watching him play.
That third quarter was special. And then he got that fadeaway jump shot. I think it's going to be a little different this year in the playoffs. I believe that it's going to be different. Now I'm thinking we might have to give him some rest days, though. I know he wants to play all the games, but I would like to see him rest a little bit because he's been playing. Like, we won 17 of our last 14 games. We won
17 of our last 14. That's what we won.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw.
We won 17 of our last 14.
Yeah. We won 17 and 14.
So we played 14 and we won 17. Okay.
Well, you know what I meant, 14. We won 14 of the last 17 games. Well, we're doing well. But I would like to give him some rest. I think he deserves a day off. I really do.
Now, no, when you gonna give it? When did you see that coming? Because right now we jockeying for position in the East.
And we moving up. I think Miami, somebody lost, but we moved up a little in a race.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you going to rest Embiid? Because right now we're not winning most of these games without Embiid. Most of them I don't see us winning without Embiid playing. So when you plan on sitting Embiid, is you just going to chalk the game up?
Yeah. Even Jermaine just said that he's like we're in third place, and we are right now. We went from 6th to 3rd tonight.
I hope they don't sit Embiid. I heard them talking about sitting Embiid.
I was sitting him a little bit.
Why?
You need to sit the All-Star. Just sit the All-Star week.
It's one game.
I mean, it's 8 games. They have 8 days off for All-Star get break.
All right, then he don't need to sit there. He get that rest in that time then.
What up, Herbert? I told y'all about that Sacramento trade. I know y'all probably talked about that yet, but.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about how Haliburton had one game and now everybody losing their mind.
It's not one game. He has the ability. You got to look at project. You got to look at.
He's a player. What he average for the season?
He's a player.
What's he average for the season?
He averaged more than Ben do this year.
I ain't talking about for Ben.
He averaged more than Ben does this year.
Because Ben ain't played this year.
Exactly.
I'm not okay,
exactly.
But I'm not trading him for Ben Simmons. No, I'm not. And first of all, you can't do it financially.
He's both still in denial. You're still in denial. Okay.
That he do 7. He just as many assists that Ben offers Haliburton over. He gives us 7 assists a game. The same amount of scoring. He's 6'5".
6'5" point, man. 6'5" point, man.
So
you talk about that size. Yeah, also 13 and 7 this year.
A little bit different when you got no pressure because you're playing in Sacramento and they have no aspirations of doing nothing. Just ask Ben. That's why Ben want to go to a team. That's why Ben want to go to a team that ain't got no chance of winning because that pressure. But I like Haliburton. I do like Haliburton.
Boy, he's about pressure. Boy, in the second year in the league. Come on, man. You can't be kidding me.
Yeah.
You can't be kidding me, man.
What happened?
He's a second-year player. He just keep growing.
No, exactly. I agree, but we're talking about bringing in.
I rather took the trade. Should have made that deal.
I'd rather bring in proven players to play with Embiid right now. If I'm going to use Ben, is that chip I'm using is bringing in proven players.
That might not get you nothing. You do know that, right? You do know you had something, and now you might not get nothing. So I guess that's when you take your chances for. But okay.
Yep. Because I don't think Haliburton is all that much better than Tyrese Maxey right now. So to me, that's a unilateral move. I don't think Haliburton is better than Tyrese Maxey right now.
Nah, I think he's better than Maxey. He's bigger than Maxey, taller than Maxey.
Does he produce more than Maxey right now?
You see him getting to the lane. You see him
tonight,
getting to the lane.
Tonight, so what did he do against the Hawks the last time?
Point guard. He averaged 14 and 7.
That's what I told him. I said,
14. How many assists Tyrese averaged? Hold on. How many points do Tyrese average playing with Embiid? So I don't want to hear that.
No, you tell me.
I don't want to hear it. No, you want to talk a stat. He averaged 7 stats playing with these dudes. How many Tyrese average playing with B? You screaming hard to average all these assists playing with B. So how many assists does Tyrese Maxey average playing with B? I'm just saying.
How many assists?
He's new to the role. As his first.
He averages 4.6 assists.
All right, Haliburton almost double that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because they rip and run up and down the court, and they ain't got no structure.
I'm just saying.
I know y'all had to live for the moment. Y'all probably would have traded.
I said I liked the ball before. I'm not living for the moment.
Probably would have traded Barkley for Willie Burton back when Willie Burton dropped 50. Willie Burton dropped 50. I'm trading right now.
And what are you trading Ben for now? What are you hoping for?
I already told you what I'm hoping for.
A wing and a prayer, man. I told y'all get some players in here, man. We can make noise, but we'll see.
We can make noise with what we got. We about to move up in the third place with what we got now from 6. We won 14 out of the last 17 games with what we got.
That Warriors blew. Warriors let the Nets come and tie it up. They was down like 15 in the third.
We'll say good. Let's beat a monster though. What he had? 1 basket in the first half. Came back and destroyed the Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped playing with them boys at the minute. Like, all right, since they didn't want to give me the foul calls, he just was going down there enforcing his will on them. And then he started getting the foul calls.
Kings said they ain't doing no more trade talks with the Sixers no more. Morey was playing too much.
That's all positioning right now.
Morey was playing too much, and they said,
this is all positioning. Somebody gonna come back to the table. Yeah. That's what they do. That's just to open up the conversation to other teams. Trust me, if they come with a good deal, he'll be here, or they'll get the trade done. So
that's because Jamar this is not Haliburton's team. He's the point guard. He does what he's supposed to do. When the Bull Fox is playing, Fox get all the shots. Fox get all the usage. So we seen what Fox ain't playing. We seen what Haliburton do. So it's Fox team. Dude only take 10 shots a game. 10 shots a game.
Well, De'Aaron Fox ain't played the last 4 games. Haliburton wasn't dropping all this and doing all this usage the last 4 games.
Oh, did you watch him?
I'm looking at the stats.
Did you watch him?
I'm looking at the stats. You said when De'Aaron played, he ain't doing nothing. That De'Aaron holding back. De'Aaron ain't played the last 4 games, including against Milwaukee, Boston, Atlanta, and then tonight at Philly.
What did he do tonight?
And what did he do against Atlanta?
He had 24 against Milwaukee.
And what did he do against
24
Atlanta?
And 12. He had his struggle game, but he had 24-12 Milwaukee.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's just as up and down as Tyrese Maxey. He's just as up and down as Tyrese
without
Maxey.
Playing with a B. Without playing with another superstar like B.
Well, guess what? When Tyrese Maxey was playing without Embiid, Tyrese Maxey was putting up big numbers, was he not? I'm
not hating on Maxey, but you're trying to downplay. You're trying to downplay.
You said without Embiid. When Tyrese Maxey played without Embiid, was he or was he not putting up bigger numbers than what Haliburton is now?
Tyrese had 38 this year? Tyrese had 38 this year?
No, he probably had 28 or 30 a couple times, though.
I'm not hating on Embiid. I'm just saying, don't.
He had 40 in his rookie year, though, without Embiid and Ben.
I'm just saying, don't hate on the young ball. He a ball.
I'm not hating on him. All I'm saying is, to me, I don't think that he's a significant upgrade over Tyrese Maxey right now. I'm not saying that I don't think he can't be better than Tyrese. I just don't think he's. I
think he's a true point guard.
You're comparing them, and you don't have to compare them because they would be your starting. Your starting. The only problem you have is when you say Tyrese, you don't know which one you call him. That's about it. They both would be the starting.
Listen, it ain't about. First of all, we need a point guard for one. That's what we said, and I felt Haliburton is a better point guard than Maxey. He's used to playing the position. It is what it is. Like we always talked about, Maxi's more of a scorer. I said this team could use a point guard. But, we ain't pull a trade, so we'll see what happens.
All right. So, I mean, it's not much to really talk about this game. It is what it is. Now, the Bull, I guess Tom Brady kind of announced that he was retiring. What y'all thoughts on his legacy?
He's the GOAT of quarterbacks. What is it to think about?
It ain't. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, let me dress up. It's not typical Philly fans. Is this is a dude that we was talking about trading for? That's why it's a discussion. You know what I mean? It ain't. I think he's a better point guard than Maxey. He's a point guard. Maxey's not, and we all see Maxey's not a true point guard. Can he develop? Maybe, but right now,
Do you like
that's really
Haliburton's
not
shot?
his.
You like his shot? You like his shot? His release, the way he shoot?
That's a shot. No, I ain't really crazy about it, but he's 48% from the field this year, so it ain't that bad.
At 48% is pretty decent. But if you have a chance to get Harden over him, I would take Harden, but I'm not going to just say no to the deal. That's what I'm saying. But you would rather have Harden because Harden can do more. Like Harden is a point guard. Imagine him and B. He gonna average at least 11, 12 assists a game and still give you about 22, 23 points a game.
And Harden is a superstar who's going to get some respect from the refs.
Not only this is probably why I would stay with the Harden trade over Haliburton. If Embiid goes down, we are still a playoff team. That's we would be a championship team with Harden and Joel Embiid. If Embiid goes down, we're still a playoff team.
Listen,
right now, we would be a lottery team if
we might have been able to keep Maxey in the Sacramento deal.
That's what
who knows if we could have kept him.
That's why you're not listening. He wasn't part of the deal. That's why I said
exactly. Yeah, we could have kept him in the deal. We could have kept Maxey.
You are keeping Maxey. Maxey's not part of that deal.
I'm talking about in the Sacramento deal. We probably could have kept Maxey.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, he's not part of that.
For the
deal.
record, Maxey is shooting 46% field goal.
That's what I said.
And Haliburton shooting 48.
Tyrese Maxey, Tyrese Haliburton. That will be your backcourt for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, it'd been nice. So now you say you would have did the deal, Tim.
I'm saying I'm not opposed to the deal. I still would rather have Harden, but I'm not opposed to if they decide to do the deal where we bring in 2 young guys that can play in the backcourt with Joel Embiid. That's
Haliburton is shooting 46%, not 48. So they're both shooting 46% from the field. Which
is very good for 2 second-year players.
Yeah.
I don't think AI ever shot 46%.
AI also was trying to carry a city on his back. Neither one of them boys got to do right now.
You right about that.
I like Haliburton. I like I said, I thought he would be a better fit than De'Aaron Fox for the Sixers just because De'Aaron Fox can't shoot. And I like De'Aaron Fox, but he can't shoot. If you're gonna have De'Aaron Fox as your point guard, you got to have.
We'd be too small back. Our backcourt would be way too small with De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, see, you still got Embiid, but like I said, I don't think the Bull. What's the Bull? The Bull from Sacramento. I told you I don't think he's that much better than Toby. I don't really like the Bull game like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I said I would like to have him as
3 at the end. You wanted
it. Yeah. I still would take him as a small forward. And Tobias, I didn't say to replace Tobias. I said I would take him to go along with him. Mm-hmm. I would like him as a small forward. I like him as a small forward. When we was talking about trading Ben, we was talking about that package. They was talking about trading for Ben. I wasn't talking about trading Tobias and Ben for those players from Sacramento. I said if we trade those players, I wouldn't mind having him as a small forward and had Tobias as the 4.
I'm not trading right now. I'm not trading Mr. Wing. I'm not trading Embiid for Dame right now. Embiid is the best player in the league.
He said trade Embiid for Dame.
He said I would keep Ben and trade Embiid for Ben.
You out your rabbit mind.
Yeah, you listen, but to be honest with you, the way B playing, he making everybody better. You see the way he getting Toby passes in the post. You cutting, he getting you the ball. B is playing at such a crazy level. This is what I meant, though. He's playing at such a crazy level. The NBA's wide open right now. You could steal a chip. I don't want to call it stealing a chip, But man, look how B playing.
I don't think that Toby's play is just because Embiid's good. I think Toby's actually healthy. He don't have his stuff on his shoulder as much anymore.
He cutting and Embiid getting in the ball a couple times. You ain't see that?
But he been doing that. He just was missing layups. Toby was getting shot attempts. He just was missing point blank layups in front of the rim.
Yeah,
that was what he was doing.
B right now is making everybody around him better.
I'm not going to dispute that, but what I'm saying is, to me, Tobias is playing better now because he's healthy. When they said something about that shoulder, now all of a sudden he don't got the tape on the shoulder and everything else. The main problem with him was he was missing point blank easy baskets. He was right. He would be in position and then just miss.
He still do that from time to time, but I don't know.
He did the last few games since he had that tape off his arm.
I just see B seeing the whole court, man. B seeing the whole court. Maxey balling too. I can't even hate on him. How many turnovers he had? I don't know.
Not only that, like Maxey had 10 assists last game and had 7 assists this game. So
Maxey, Mr. Wing, Maxey saying he's starting to trust his three a little more. His three going down more too, man. He's really shooting at a high level.
I think his 3-point percentage actually dipped from earlier in the year. It really was at a higher clip. I think they're trying to push the issue to make him shoot it more.
Yeah, Maxey, his three. Yeah. I think so too. Even Danny though had a big three in there. He ran off the court. I don't know what was wrong with him.
No, Danny had a few shots up in there for a nice little stretch. Like I mean, we got contribution from other players on the court. I mean, in the beginning it was like Toby and Embiid was kind of shaky early on, but it was like Toby was doing his thing again early. So
Haliburton shooting 42% from three too.
Who's that?
Maxey shooting 40. Haliburton shooting 42% from three this year.
Yeah, their numbers are similar. That's what I'm saying. Their numbers. That's why I said it's like a unilateral movement, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think Haliburton might have a little bigger upside, and I think he could be a little better.
He might. I'm just saying as of right now, as players right now, to me but I also think that Maxey is way faster than Haliburton. I think Haliburton is
slower. He's quicker.
So I mean, Haliburton is bigger.
If you match him up with a beat, I think Haliburton pass better too than Maxey. You see something like
I could agree with that. I just don't think that it's that big of a difference that for to move. Well, like I said, what it comes down to is what you think you can get for Ben Simmons, and I think that you can get more for Ben.
All right, y'all. Y'all got any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up? Because we'll be back.
But Brady is the go to quarterbacks. I will say that.
Brady, I'm hearing different things. I'm hearing he ain't really announced it yet, and I'm hearing he is. Which one is it?
They said his dad was like nothing's confirmed, but he's been telling people probably privately that he's leaning to that way. But somebody ran with it. The media ran with it. You know, everybody was just saying he retired. But I mean, I'll say he's the GOAT, but he got to have an asterisk next to his name, though. As far as I cheated, I did a lot to cheat to become the GOAT. I mean, you can't deny that he was involved in some. You can't deny that he was involved in a lot of cheating as far as quarterback play.
I ain't getting into that.
Let me ask
you this though. If Maury don't make a huge splash in this offseason, are y'all done with him?
Oh yeah, he can't come back without a superstar.
You gotta do something this offseason.
Exactly. No, a superstar. He could have got a star now.
Who was the star that he was going to get now? Who was the star he was going to get now?
He probably could have got Fox. He probably could have got Darren Fox.
The only thing, if he was to trade, the only way I wouldn't be done with him is if he can get Ben back in the fold and then get and trade Tobias for like another role player, then I'd be all right with it. But y'all want to get it.
Waiting this long, you have to get a superstar. You can't settle for nothing else now. You done put all your eggs in one basket now.
So you got to. So
right? Don't y'all agree? If you don't make a move now, wait till the offseason, he's not putting all his eggs in one.
But
if he still pulls a deal and gets some star players, gets a star player and some other players in the mix.
Now you need a superstar.
I don't care. Why? What's the difference between then and now?
because a star maybe had a. If you don't win a chip this year and he don't get a superstar, you wasted a year. A
So if you
star
get a
could
star,
have
that
got you.
mean that
A star could have got you a chip. A star could get you a chip this year.
Could have. But that's what I'm saying is I guess my reasoning is if I got a chance to get something bigger, and I'm going to take that shot. Now, if I don't get something bigger, if I still get what I could have got now, I'm good with that. But if I got a chance to get something bigger and better, I'm going for the bigger and better.
So you hold on. If you could have got what you got now, you good with it?
If he gets absolutely nothing for him and get like
he's not going to get nothing.
Like all players,
he's not going to get nothing.
Then I would agree with you.
So if he goes back after this year and we don't win his chip and he gets exactly what he could have got during the season, you good with him?
Yes.
You good with that?
Yes, it's called taking a shot.
I think he is going to come up with. I think him and Harden got something in a backyard deal.
Well, all I know, if that's what he's hoping on, he better have backup.
He probably could have got Wiggins too this year because Wiggins on his last year of the deal. So Golden State was probably looking to trade him, but they nixed that.
I mean, you got options though.
We got a whole lot of stuff that he could have had Jaylen Brown, he could have had Wiggins, we talking about a whole bunch of woulda coulda. I think the one deal that I do think that
woulda coulda Harden too. It's woulda coulda Harden too. But y'all putting all these Harden, y'all posting all this Harden stuff all over the chats, and Harden wanna come to Philly. That's woulda coulda. That shoulda coulda woulda too.
But my thing is, I don't think that it's just Harden for me. I think that you have a lot more options in free agency this year that you could do sign and trades with.
That's the thing. That's accurate.
I just don't like wasting this year, man. When B making everybody better, it just seems like a waste if we won't make some noise. But all
right. So we'll be back on Monday after the game. Hopefully we can give Memphis a run. Memphis has this to be that third game in 4 nights. They played yesterday, they played tonight, and then they'll be playing.
Y'all playing B tomorrow? I mean, y'all playing B next. When's the next game?
Monday.
Y'all playing B Monday?
Yeah, B playing.
All right,
yeah,
so
I don't think B's trying to. I think B really wants to win MVP. He's not trying to sit out.
So he gonna play. B gonna play. B gonna play. That's what's up, man. I want to see that.
Don't forget to hit the notification button. We'll catch you on our next video. We out.
All right.